want it to go, you could buy the stock, which is going to take some capital, but it doesn't decay away, and it maybe pays dividends. But it takes a lot of capital to do that. But if I wanted to speculate on the price of that stock going north, if I wanted to take a speculative position on whether or not that bus was going to get to Jacksonville or not, if I'm going to make a speculative trade like that, I'm going to look for a bus that's already headed that direction. And I'm going to buy a call option and expect that it's going to get there. Doesn't mean that it will. Does not guarantee that it will. And if it doesn't, I could lose what I paid for that trade, yes? That's the loss potential that I have in that trade. Which is why I said, if you're going to buy a speculative long call, buy an option that has a little bit of intrinsic value, because that intrinsic value doesn't decay away because of time.
Yes, we discussed.
So if the bus just goes sideways, and he says, I love Cocoa Beach, so I'm going that way, sideways. I'm not going south, I'm not going north, I'm just going sideways. You still have something left at the end of the lifespan of that option. You haven't lost everything that you paid for that trade.
Yes, it's true.
So it depends on how you define success. Are you always going to be successful in directional option trades? Absolutely not.
That's why options
are you always going to be successful in buying directional stock positions? Absolutely not, because news changes everything. So I'm not suggesting by any means that directional options trades are always guaranteed winners, that you're going to always get to that point where you're going to make money on that trade. In fact, from a probability standpoint, generally directional options trades, because you're fighting against time, you got to be right as far as the magnitude of movement of the underlying stock, and you got to be right about the direction. And if the price of the stock doesn't do those things, you could lose money in that trade. So it's a lower probability of success. But if I'm taking a trade on the other side of that coin and I'm selling an option, for instance, which we're going to talk about later this afternoon, then I might have, again, direction on my side if I'm choosing to sell an option that is at a point where the price of the stock is not likely to go, and I'm putting the passage of time in my favor.